Hi, I'm your host, Tuesday Addams, and welcome back to Medical Monday. This is where we meet regularly the first Monday of every month to go over everything that we need. Sometimes people need support to get through their medical issues. Today we've got some things that your doctor can actually take care of if you're alone or if your family's not too interested. This is Advanced Directive Guidelines, and it is a living will and a living will declaration. This is what I will be filling out today. It says I'm 53 years old. My mother died at 51 of lung cancer, and she had stage 3 lung cancer and died in November. She was diagnosed in July and died in November, 4 months later, just 4 months later. I'm 53. I have not been diagnosed with lung cancer, just calcium deposits, which are 9 times out of 10 not cancerous. But they can turn into nodules, but they're 9 times out of 10 not cancerous, but they need to be watched because sometimes they can turn into cancer. So that is number 1. Okay, of course, you got law issues. I always put my law issues with my medical issues because those are the most important things. That legal issues and medical issues are 2 things that have to be dealt with every single month. You got to stay on top of it. You can't forget. If you do, you get a failure to appear if you don't appear in court. You've got to do this. Nobody is going to do it for you. Okay, you have to learn to start taking care of your own self because not your mom and your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your kids aren't going to be there forever. And life insurance is another big one. Life insurance is a big step people need to take. Don't be superstitious. This is something responsible adults will do. If they're crazy, mentally ill, paranoid, whatever, of course that stuff will go undone. And then the state's stuck with, cremating your body and putting you in a box. That's really disrespectful. But if you're too scared to deal with it when you're alive, that's what they do. Sometimes the state will come in, take your property. You could have, 150 acres. It's all yours, okay? And you don't have any family to leave it to, state comes in, takes it. Okay? You need a living will. Okay? I'm 53. It's good to have a living will no matter what age you are. Because it could happen at any time. It could be accidental or it could be an illness. But responsible people take care of these things, especially if you love your kids, your grandchildren, your parents. Don't expect mom and dad to do everything. You have to become an adult and deal with scary things. Okay, when we get an adult, when is the age that you're going to decide for yourself that I'm adult enough to be responsible for my life and my death? Okay, my mother bought me a grave. Okay, so that means my family's only going to be responsible for a casket and for the burial and for the ceremony. Okay, so that's what I got to buy life insurance for. If I want them to have any extra to play around with and have a party at my death, well, then I need to plan for that. I've already got a $2,500 life insurance policy, and that was just on the whim because my husband shot himself right out of the blue, and I knew I needed to take care of it. Okay, so but between now and the time that I need to actually buy the regular life insurance policy, which is normally around $50,000, that's your normal, okay? Because you're going to have bills you leave over, medical bills, credit card bills. You're going to have bills that you're going to leave behind, and your family is going to be responsible for that. So you need to actually make a will, a living will, and buy life insurance. And the normal is $50,000. If you can't afford it, that's fine. But that's what I'm choosing. So I chose right now. I got an emergency just in case of an accidental death, $2,500. Okay, which is not much. It's not expensive, and I left it immediately to my son, who had to take care of my husband's body and remains on the spur of the moment. He had no idea what he was doing. So I tried to, tell him, okay, look, if in case anything happens before I get anything else done, you have money to bury me. And I have a grave already. Okay. Where all that stuff is, my mom did not school me on that. And I felt like, and I lost my home, my inheritance. I couldn't get the house put in my name. I didn't know anything about making an estate, which is what this lawyer thing is. It's about opening an estate, which I'm going to do. Even though my mom died in 2002, I'm the one and only child. And they want me to open an estate because there's quite a bit of money that I'm going to be, that's left to me. I'm the beneficiary, the only one. And, so opening an estate is the only legal way to get that done. My family wasn't there for me. They deserted me. Plus, they took off with my money and my inheritance from my grandparents. I have $250,000. Okay, that's $250,000, folks, that they have power of attorney over. That's another thing that this will do, is replace that power of attorney, take it away from them, and give it to myself. If you're responsible enough to take care of your will and testament, your life insurance, your life and your death, nobody's going to say you're too disabled or too crazy to take care of your power of attorney over your inheritance. Okay? Lots of people are going to have to pay for what they did. I've got a good doctor now, which I really want to take care of these issues. Okay? Now, let me see here. I believe that is it. So these are the things. Let me go over it again. Your doctor can provide you and make sure and enforce. If you don't have a lawyer, but a doctor will do it, and also you can get a lawyer, but you need both. When you're older, you have to have two things in this world: a doctor and a lawyer. Trust me, you'll never regret it, because eventually you're going to get in trouble, or accidental, something's going to happen. You're going to need that lawyer. You need to pay your retainer fee every year, which is usually $250 a year, just to keep him on the line, okay? You need to do that. It's worth it. Because when you call your attorney, he's got to be right there for you. Oh, I'm jealous, a long story, blah, 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 I didn't do. Okay, I'll get you right out. You need a lawyer and you need a doctor. You need a living will and testament so nobody can rob you before or after you die, or your children or your grandchildren after you die, which is extremely important. And you need life insurance, and you need to school people who are the beneficiaries of what you want and how to open an estate. Okay? These are things that are so important. Okay. Thanks for joining me. This was Medical Monday. We'll meet again on the 1st of next month. The first Monday, I'm sorry, my bad. The first Monday of every month is Medical Monday. Okay? We'll meet next month, which is April, the first Monday of April, and it will be Medical Monday. Okay? If you have any ideas, you agree, disagree, whatever, if you have a story to share, leave a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you later tonight for Monstergram Monday.